Hi everybody, I'm Jann Tamer and I'm coming to you from Proximity Learning. I'm a 7th grade teacher here and I want to show you a really cool experiment you can do with your middle school students. So basically what I do is the egg in the bottle because it's an excellent experiment. So basically what I do is I start with kids and I have this Google slide presentation that I share with them. Each of them get their own copy. So at this point in my presentation, my kids would have already known that air takes up space, that air has weight, warm air rises, cool air sinks. Those 4 concepts I would have covered with them very, very thoroughly. Okay, so what we want to discover is through this process is, does air exert pressure? So also I'd want to let you know that they would also be well versed in how to write a CER, claim evidence in reasoning. And so the first thing that I would have kids do is, does air exert pressure? That would be the question, and they would have to write a claim. So I would kind of describe to them what's going on in this demonstration. Some may have seen it before, some maybe this is the first time. Well, this is what I'm going to do. So what do you think about that? Like, what do you think? Does air exert pressure? And so they would come up with, again, their claim. Going to the second page, they would also have this, and this would be the observation part. So I would tell kids, watch very carefully about what occurs. Take notes if you want in the margin. If you want to put some sticky notes out for them to write on sticky notes, you can do that. Another great thing to do is to use Padlet, share it with them, and then have just all of those little Padlets come up of what they actually observed, okay, during the demonstration. So basically what you do is you get a couple different things here. You're going to have to use a glass bottle with an opening, okay, about that large, not too small or the egg will have difficult time getting through. Also, I just took a sticky note and I kind of folded it in an accordion style. And then of course you need your hard-boiled egg, okay? So I'm going to show you what this is going to look like, what the kids would see during this point. And again, this would be their observation. Okay, so I'm going to try to do this so you are able to see this. So you're going to take this, it's on fire, okay, doing a real good job. Put it in there. And woo! You can see that egg did a lot of wobbling. That would be some things that they could write down in their observation. They could write down anything in their observation about, a lot of them will say, honestly, the egg was sucked into the jar, when that's really not what happens, but they might put that as an observation. The egg cracked, there's some type of smell, they might even put that. But what you really want them to be noticing is that there was an unequal air pressure. So hopefully there'll be somebody in the group who would figure that out, right? So basically what's going on is that air from the inside was heated, warm air rises, and so it wobbled because some of that air escaped, creating a low pressure inside of that jar. And so when you have a low pressure on the inside of the jar, a high pressure on the outside, it pushes that egg into the jar. So as you can see next, I probably at this point would put them in breakout rooms. Again, that would be optional to you. But what I would want them to do is to really spend a great deal of time conversing with their partners and talking about the evidence. So you can see here, it says using the pictures below, click and drag the eggs to show movement before, during, and after. Okay, so again, I would be definitely showing them, again, this part right here to be working on while in groups. Also, in addition to that, they would also be moving the high, low, and equal air pressure signs to indicate where's the high pressure, where's the low pressure. So again, I would be looking for something, again, for them to do something like this in this fashion. This would be before, during, and after. I would be looking for them to do equal air pressure, okay, on both the outside and the inside here, okay? And then I would also be looking for, again, a low pressure and a high pressure, and then again a low pressure, and then a high pressure, maybe some equaling out as this is going through, because that air again is going to start rushing back in. So again, I'd be looking for them to do this, and then we would come back and we would have a really good scientific discussion about their answers. And then finally, the students would then provide, because this would be their evidence, they would provide a scientific explanation for the movement of the egg. How does that evidence support your claim? So again, they would be using the evidence to go back and tell me why that supports their claim, or maybe why it doesn't support their claim, depending on what their claim is. And again, they would be well versed in how to write that CER. And then finally, the conclusion. I'd like to kind of talk a little bit about with them cause and effect. Here's something that is a cause, and here's the effect of it. And so that unequal air pressure actually is going to cause that egg to be pushed into the jar. So again, I would have them come up with 2 causes and some effects because of that. So I hope you enjoyed my demonstration. Again, I'm going to make this all available to you if you'd like to use this with your little students that you work with, and I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.